once again behind 917 Georgia Street, where a few weeks ago, I guess it's been, I probed out something from here to there, and crow hopping onto the neighbor's property, from whom I got permission to open this bad boy up. And that's what I'm here to do today, which is April 2nd, day after April Fools. So if you fool me, it's late. April 2nd, Sunday, about 11:30 in the morning. First nice warm sunny day that we're gonna have in a while. Well, no, tomorrow should be nice. Actually, the whole week should be decent. But hopefully we'll get this thing dug out by tomorrow. Normally I'd say by today, but I've been having trouble with shortness of breath lately. Don't know what's going on with that. But I've often been called an SOB. Just thought it meant something else. Yeah. Alright, after about 1 hour of digging, I've only gotten this much dug. And there's my 4-foot probe. So I'm down only about 3 feet. Sean or Brandon would have had this dug out this much in 15 minutes. So, that said, I wasn't sure what I was into. At first I thought it was a stone wall. It kind of looks like one. But I realized it was too smooth for stones. Then I discovered it was brick. And then I decided to test to see if it was a privy wall. Typically, privy walls don't have cement, so I pried out a brick right in there. And sure as heck, look what I got. A brick with a big thick chunk of cement gluing it in to the wall. So, it's doubtful this was a privy. And it's pretty doggone loud. No, not the privy, the truck that just went by. It's pretty doggone long. Because where that flag is, I just reprobed and it's another foot past that. For the third wall, I have no idea where the wall is this way. I can't find one. So, considering there was nothing here on the 85 map, but by 1890 Sanborn map, it was attached to the house, whatever this was. Leads me to be confused. Do I sound confused? I'm confused. I have no idea what the hell I'm into. And so far, the only scraps of glass are a chunk of window pane, a small piece of pottery, porcelain, and a gold leaf teacup handle. That's it. Which I'm not expecting a lot, you know, in the first 3 feet, but when I probe downward, I hit something in this corner back here that might be glass. I don't think it is. It felt more like pottery. Otherwise, everything's feeling like solid ash, no layers. I'm not pushing through any clay layers, use layers, glass layers, nothing. So I'll just keep plugging along at it until somebody tells me I can't anymore. Either my cardiologist or the neighbor next door who gave me permission to dig here, where the heck, or the medical examiner who tells whoever drags my dead body in, nope, he can't dig there no more. He dead. He dead. Yeah. I've dug a lot of grave-sized privies before, but none of them seem to fit me. Yeah, none of them fit me. So I ended up filling them in and walking away. That's my story. I'm hoping to stick to it this time too. Yeah. Well, I have to brush up on my what's it feel like skills with my probe. As I hit this with my probe, and I was sure it was pottery, if even that. And then when I pulled it up, I was like, oh god, it's not even embossed. Is it machine made? No. But you know what's weird is, it's all wavy and whittly looking and tooled top, but criminy, it looks older than any of the ones I've dug embossed, you know? Yeah, go figure that one. And that being said, it does seem to bottom out at about 7 foot. I'm hitting some really thick, hard clay down there. Not hard, but natural feeling, shall we say. So, shallowness of this hole may be a blessing in the long run. Yeah. Or should the owner come over and decide, nah, you're deep enough, fill it in, get out. There are some holes that you kind of wish somebody would kick you out of. This is becoming one of them. Yeah. Well, just inches from that extract bottle shows this export beer bottle from probably the 70s. Yeah, look at this bad boy. The only thing good about it is it's not a Ladies Lake Bitters, or I'd be really upset. Hell, I'm upset enough as it is, because now it means I got to dig down to the bottom of this pit and see if there's anything good. I was all content to walk away from it with just a cruddy extract bottle. Oh no, it's got to tease me. Come on, Jack. Here's a good piece. Might be something down there. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Like the siren to the sailors, leading them, luring them further out to sea. Yeah. Okay. Since my last video, I haven't had anything to stop for. I almost did for this Broken Roses lime juice. I haven't dug one of these in years. And they're so cool, because they're 1,000,000 miles long. And they always have a funky applied top. I'm pretty sure they're English. And then a smattering of, yes, nothing embossed. Absolutely nothing whole has come out of here embossed. That being said, the next unembossed bottle out of here, I really don't mind, because check this bad boy out. Yeah, we got a Cobalt Carter's cone, although it doesn't say Carter's, so I walked that back. We have an unembossed, sticking with the theme, Cobalt Blue Carter's ink. There I go again, Carter's. I got Carter's on the brain. Cone ink, thank you very much. Anyway, that just made the dig worthwhile, right there. Yep. Always a welcome addition to my cone ink color run. Even if the cobalt blue ones are all the same. Who cares, right? Yeah. Well, fresh out of the hole, bottle of the day. Spoiler alert, there's no embossing. Look at this thing. There should be embossing on all 4 sides. Nothing. And a fairly early base. Looks to be a tooled top. But still, my gosh. Am I whining? Yeah, I am whining. I've been digging my butt off. And even the broken stuff is not embossed, for the most part. I'm still digging up pieces of that Roses God. Rose's lime juice. 20-mile-an-hour speed limit and they're doing 45. Oh God. Anyway. Yeah, there we go. Bottle of the day. Not. Oh well. There's got to be a bottle of the day down in there. Although that cobalt blue ink is a pretty darn good start. Yeah. Well, here we are, not 10 minutes past the last bottle. I thought this was a brick. Rolled out on my shovel and I went, oh. So we have an Ayers Cherry Pectoral. Boy. Looks like a cup mold from the 90s. That'd be my guess. No big whoop whoop here. A $5 bottle on a good day. Ah, Jesus. Every motorcycle in town's got to ride by when I video. Yeah. Alrighty. Best embossed bottle out of the hole today. Even though it's a common Ayers Cherry Pectoral from the 90s, it's the only embossed bottle that's whole in this pit. Everything else is slick, slick, slick. Except I think I did dig up a shard of... Oh, let me go grab this thing. Oh, that ain't it. Where's that shard? Oh, God. Here we are. I think that's the H.E. Buckland. That's the H.E. Buckland side. You can almost see a piece of a C right there. Big CO. I think it's a large electric brand bitters, would be my guess. Other than that, the Rose's lime juice, that's it. Everything else is slicker than snot. So I'm not complaining. I'll take the Ayers. Yeah. Would have been nicer if it were a rare ague cure or something like that. But hey, an embossed tool top bottle is an embossed tool top bottle in my book. And if you complain too loud, the bottle goddess will make it all disappear. Yes, she will. Well, after 4 hours of digging, I got 3 bottles. Why I'm keeping this one, I really don't know. Other than it should be embossed. Maybe I'll paint something on it. A wax sealer was down there. What looks like possibly a Weiss beer. Never did dig up any more. A little bit of the neck, but that was it. I dug up 3 of these bad boys. These lamp adjusters. And the last 2 bottles to come out of the hole, of course, are these lovely slicks. Although they're increasing in desirability, because this one's amber. Go figure. Nothing. No embossing. You know. All these bad boys are staying behind. Look at that. A whole herd of them. Those all could have been embossed local drugstores. Very easily. Oh, but no. And, jeez, this thing goes back 4 more feet that way, at least. I still haven't hit a wall that way, and I haven't hit one this way. Which has me scratching my head, I think, because there's no privy soil, and the bricks are sort of covered up with some sort of mortar or something. I'm thinking I'm in an old cistern. One big one. But it doesn't answer the question, why does it show up first in 1890 with the house on top of it, built out over it, if they're just going to fill it with bottles and ashes at that same time. I mean, all this stuff is 1890s, maybe some 80s. Oh yeah, right after I dug up that Ayers cherry pectoral, I dug up another broken one with a early hinge mold. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? Thing looks 1860s all day long. No, I gotta have the 1890s version. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of day one. I'll be back for day two, either to fill it in or dig some more. Jury's out on that idea. Yeah. Well, alrighty, back behind 917. Monday, April 3rd. About 9:45 in the morning. And I'm here to finish this bad boy out. It's a mystery hole, that's what I'm calling it. Brick lined, but the bricks are mortared, and there's some sort of a coating. It's not plaster like you normally see in a cistern, more like a thin layer of cement. So I'm thinking I might be into a small preserves cellar. Small in that it's too small to be a full-size cellar, I think. Though I haven't figured out where the other two walls are yet. You know, it could be a full-size cellar, I don't know. Anyway, whatever it is, there's glass in there, so. But it's mixed. It's like 1870s to 1890s, turn of the century. A lot of slicks. Very few bottles embossed. I've only dug up one intact bottle embossed. And I'm digging up, well, one Ayers broken base was a hinge mold. Came out right after a 1890s intact Ayers cherry pectoral. So, you know, 1860s next to 1890s tells me got pretty jumbled for some reason. Anyway, I'm here with my helper. She's helping mowing the grass so that it won't overtake me while I'm in the hole. Yeah. And I have the essentials for this part of the dig. A bucket with a rope, 3 different size shovels, a good flashlight, knee pads. At my age, that's an essential. Step ladder. At my age, that's another essential. And water for the dog. Yeah, of course you gotta have water for the dog. So anyway, I'm gonna get to it. I'll try to come back, revisit every hour, if not every find, because every decent find. I dug up a handful of slicks over here yesterday. What did I get? I got there's slick number 1. Oh, and I just noticed a big ass crack in the first bottle out of the hole. These are usually embossed soders from Dayton, Ohio. However, Eddie and Eddie had one. The shape of the bottle was pretty generic, and they just slid in a new plate. There's a rare one, W. Roth from Hannibal Mow. I've dug the only one I've ever heard of or seen. Extract, medicine, medicine, another extract, medicine, medicine, medicine. All slicks. 9 slicks altogether. And that's not counting the broken ones. Yeah. Anyway, enough of this. Go down there and pull out a treasure. Or figure out if it's time to fill it in. Yeah, it could be that. Alrighty, well, as promised, about an hour later, I'm down to where I left off yesterday. 100 shovel loads and 10 bucket loads later. And this came up without my knowledge. I saw it in the dirt pile, which goes along with the big C and the small O for company that I thought was part of an electric bitters. But no, this is clearly part of that. Big RSC, which would match up with that little piece of the C and the O that I dug up yesterday. And so far I haven't found any other pieces to it, but I have no clue. RSCO. I have no idea what that stands for. And a really cruddy old pocket knife. Look at that baby. That'll go in the cabinet next to my cruddy billy club. Yeah. But anyway, we are making progress. Though towards what, I'm not sure. As you can see, this goes back like 4 feet. And I can't find an intersecting wall to this one over here. Nor can I find the wall this away. So what I'm planning on doing is digging down through this clay layer. There was one spot last night, or yesterday rather, where I punched into another ashy use layer below this clay. So that's what I'm hoping for, is that there's an actual solid use layer down there somewhere, but my probe says no. So I don't know what's going on. But then again, you know, the probe is just another tool on the belt. I only can tell you so much until you break out the shovels and dig, dig, dig. So that's the plan. I'm going to try to find the bottom of the wall, which will tell me I'm at the bottom of the hole, and then go from there, figure it out from there. Yeah. Alrighty, well, here's a likely bottle of the day, if not of the dig. Came out on my shovel, just fell in my shovel, and I could hear the bloop, bloop as it was rocking in my shovel. But the coolest thing is, I just remember reading somewhere just the other day that these smaller sized Burnetts Cocoaine, not to be confused with cocaine, this was a coconut oil based hair preparation or tonic or whatever, but I've never even dug a broken small size. Didn't even know until recently that they made them. And the other cool part about it, what I read anyway, was that the small size are the older ones. How cool is that? How cool is that? And I guess they started in 1867, I want to say. So you're not going to find them ponnelled. And that doesn't even look like a real early smooth base type thing, but no letters, no numbers. Usually indicates an older type of bottle. But hey, I'm thrilled to death. You know, I must have a half a dozen of the larger size. Yeah, and I do have a good collection of hair tonic bottles for some reason. The year before last, I think I dug up a whole bunch of them in one hole. That's what got me going. I'm pretty easy. At the bottle show, just that last month, one of the dealers asked me, "So what do you collect?" And I said, "Whatever I'm digging that week." And he's like, rolls his eyes, "Oh God, another digger. You guys are impossible to sell anything to." And I had to laugh, like, yeah, we're a tough lot, I'm sure. Because, you know, whatever I think about buying a bottle, I'm like, shit, I might have a good chance of digging one of these up, you know? Anyway, yeah, a small size Burnetts Cocoaine. It looks to be in really good shape. I don't know about that lip. I can't tell if it's tooled or applied. I'll bet you it's applied, but I'll have to look at it really close. Anyway, I'm tickled to death. Next on the list is RS Company. Hey, hey! What are you doing over there? You're supposed to be supervising, not doing any tear down. What is wrong with you? God, you're trouble. You are just trouble. Ah, attack of the giant brown dog. Well, alrighty. Just minutes after that Burnetts Cocoaine rolls out this Keysby and Madison from Philly, which, as I recall, the Ambler PA bottles are older. But it's still really got a funky top. Almost looks applied. But yeah, another embossed bottle out of the hole for the day. Yeehaw. Well, here we are 2 hours later. And I have decided not to dig down through the clay because all the clay that I have dug through, there's no glass in it. It's like they filled it up with this weird non-natural dark clay, scattered some miscellaneous trash on top of it, and then filled it with coal clinkers and ash. I did manage to rediscover the base to that earlier Ayers. This side of the half circle's pretty smooth. This one is raised, so it's a little bit older, but I dug up the top to it and it was tooled. So go figure. Anyway, I'm gonna continue digging that way, which has the least likelihood of collapse. Right underneath me where I'm squatting is collapsed a couple of times and making me a little nervous, but nothing too big, nothing too whoop whoop. Famous last words. Here lies nothing whoop whoop. Yeah, no, we don't want that. Well, after 3 hours of digging, I finally, well, I still didn't hit the wall this way, but I dug myself out of the ash layer and into a brick layer, which I'm not sure is worse. I think the brick layer is worse. Yeah, and I didn't find a wall back in this direction. But I did find a pumpkin seed and a pony shoe, and that's it. So weird. Wow, that was weird. We're tapped out here. We are done. Time to fill her in and come back and see if I can't find the hole to the house I started looking for. Yeah. Still have no clue what the hell this thing was. It looks too big to be a privy hole. Never did hit the bottom either, for that matter. But there was nothing in that clay. Except for bricks. Scattered here and there. So, there we go. Another mystery hole. Well, these were the keepers from yesterday and the day before. Not a lot to show for, geez, about 6-7 hours of digging. Very strange hole. I suspect I was in some sort of a cellar hole or a fruit jar, preserves cellar. Although it could have been the entire cellar for the house. Because I never did find the other two walls, and there was nothing in the clay, so I had like maybe 6 or 8 inches worth of possible use layer, and no signs of any privy soil. And the bricks were mortared, and the bricks were covered on the inside a little bit like plaster, but more like cement. So anyway, strange hole, but I got some bottles. The coolest one is this small size Burnetts Cocoaine for the hair. Coconut oil and 50% alcohol apparently. So, you know, if you didn't like your hair, you could always drink it. And then you'd probably like your hair more once you drink it. Anyway, I misspoke on the video. I thought they started in 1867. I was thinking about Ayer's hair vigor. These guys started 10 years earlier, 1857 for apparently the bottles. But according to Digger Odell's book, they were all smooth base. Which would explain why I've never seen a paneled one. But 1857, you'd expect to see a paneled version of this, but I can't say as I've ever heard or seen one. Anyway, this made the whole dig worthwhile. A small size Cocoaine. I've never even dug a broken one. And the Keysby and Madison from Philadelphia. I think this was the later one. I'm not sure. I forgot to look it up. Ambler, PA, or Philly. One of them was earlier than the other. A cruddy bottle. Common. Ayers, they're always fun to dig up. Because when you're digging them, you never know if it's going to be paneled or, you know, 1890s like this. Or like the broken one I dug up, it was a hinge mold, so that one looked 1860s. Anyway, cherry pectoral. I always like these with the little window panels. And the last bottle out of the hole, another slick. But, what the heck? You know, a pumpkin seed's a pumpkin seed, and it's a pint size. Good beefy size, and it's heavy, so it's probably Eastern made. These heavier, thicker glass ones presumably were from the East. Nothing like the Western ones where you touch one of the shoulders and it's gone, you know, with a shovel. These things they're a bit stronger. And the first decent bottle out of the hole was this, I'm not going to say the C word. Oh yes I am. It's not a Carter's. I shouldn't say that. It's not embossed Carter's. It could have had a Carter's label. But anyway, it turns out it's got a different lip finish than the other ones that I have, and it fits kind of in between an older one and a newer one in my collection. So that one was a welcome find. So there you have it. The latest dig in my little town. Yep, for what it's worth. Yeah, nothing big whoop whoop except that Burnetts Cocoaine small size. That was an unexpected drop in the shovel.